What happens when a generational genius decides to film his own downfall? A new, self-released documentary was supposed to be Kanye West's ultimate act of narrative control. Instead, it has backfired, exposing the raw, unfiltered chaos behind one of modern culture's most controversial figures. We're about to witness the tragic unraveling of an icon, captured on his own terms. In this video, Celeb Tracker is breaking down the shocking footage and asking the question: is this a portrait of a misunderstood visionary or the final confession of a fallen king? The documentary, directed by Nico Ballesteros, immediately establishes a recurring theme: controversy derailing opportunity. It opens not with triumph, but with failure, the aftermath of the infamous 2009 Taylor Swift VMA incident. This moment is framed as the first major crack in his public image, an early sign of the impulsivity that would later define his career. The film suggests that this event and the public backlash that followed planted seeds of distrust that would grow for years. The narrative then jumps forward, focusing on a period of intense instability. We see Kanye discussing his decision to go off his medication, framing it as a calling from the universe.
I'm not drugged out. These pills that they want me to take 3 of a day, I take 1 a week, maybe 2 a week. Y'all had me scared of myself, of my vision. So I took some pills so I wouldn't go to the hospital and prove everyone right. We never had therapists in the Black community. We never approached like taking medication. And I think it's good that when I had my first complete blackout at age 5, my mom didn't fully medicate me because I might have never been Ye.
The 2016 hospitalization following the abrupt cancellation of his St. Pablo tour looms large over the entire film. While the event itself isn't shown, Kanye repeatedly references it as a breaking point, a moment that fractured his relationship with his family and fueled a deep-seated paranoia about the media and the industry figures around him. This is just the beginning of the story's descent. If you're finding this breakdown valuable, take a moment to hit the like button. It helps us bring more deep dives like this to you. Now, let's get back to the political firestorm that changed everything. The documentary dedicates significant time to Kanye's political awakening in 2018. The decision to wear the red MAGA hat is presented as an act of resisting control. However, this defiance is contrasted with footage showing his intense paranoia. After a pro-Trump speech on SNL, a tense confrontation with cast member Michael Che reveals Kanye feeling bullied and misunderstood. While Che explains why the cast felt attacked, the situation escalates until a third party steps in, asking for the cameras to be turned off. This becomes a pattern, a public declaration of power, followed by private moments of fear and conflict. Perhaps the most raw and uncomfortable footage involves his family. A clip of Kanye screaming at Kris Jenner has gone viral, but the documentary provides the painful context.
No one from the family has taken any responsibility for my hospital visit, but if we were to go online, that's 50% of what people say at least. Or maybe, am I lying?
It doesn't matter.
Am I lying? It do matter! It does matter! It does matter!
What do you want? You just said you don't...
I have to finish the sentence.
It does matter!
It matters to us and you. It doesn't matter what the internet says. It matters what we think.
In a tearful confrontation, Kris pleads with him to take his medication. Kanye refuses, demanding that the Kardashian-Jenner family admit their role in his mental health struggles. He claims they refuse to own up to their effect on him, while Kris tearfully insists they love him but cannot control how the outside world perceives him.
So what do you think? Did you have an effect on my mental health?
Yes, I'm saying yes. And I love you. I love you. I don't want you to be not perfect. I love you. And I want my daughter to love you the way you want her to love you.
This tension follows the family on a trip to Uganda, where Kim Kardashian and his inner circle are seen emotionally pleading with him to listen to reason. Kim reminds him that he has to accept being told no, a concept she deals with constantly. The footage has led many online to reevaluate Kim's role, with a growing consensus that her ability to remain calm in overwhelmingly chaotic situations was less a superpower and more a trauma response developed over years of managing his outbursts. The film chronicles his brief return to stability during the Sunday service era, presenting himself as reborn in his faith. But this peace is short-lived. His 2020 presidential run combined with controversial statements about his family, marked the beginning of the end of his marriage. The documentary then shifts to his business empire, highlighting his belief that he was untouchable at Adidas. He openly states that the company could never afford to lose him, a belief that directly led to his downfall after his anti-Semitic comments and White Lives Matter shirts. As we know, Adidas did cut ties, and the empire he built crumbled. Throughout the film, Kanye struggles to define his own story. He rejects the bipolar narrative the media offers, reframing his outbursts as him being more himself, a visionary misunderstood, or a target of outside forces. He seems desperate to create and control his own legend, anything other than a man in the throes of a mental health crisis. The result is a portrait of an artist trapped by his own actions, unable to take criticism from anyone, pushing away the very people who tried to ground him. Kanye West's story is a modern tragedy of genius, ego, and mental health. The documentary, intended to be his truth, has only raised more questions. Where does the misunderstood artist and the destructive personality begin? What do you believe is the defining factor in his downfall? Is art, his politics, or his refusal to accept help? Share your detailed analysis in the comments below. For more deep dives into the most complex stories in pop culture, make sure you subscribe to Celeb Tracker and hit the notification bell.